My agent keeps giving my money away, so I fired them. We're going to have some fun right now, okay? So let's go ahead and paint this picture. I'm just one of the people, and I'm not happy with how my public trust company is running. Okay, so just full disclosure, the timestamp right now is August 2026, and I'm finding out right now that all my public servants, also called my agents, they don't know the law, right? And they keep giving my money away to people who don't deserve my money, and I'm not happy. All right, so let's go ahead and build an accountability record. Dear agent, I want to know, why is my money going to support the undocumented? And who told you to give my money to support the undocumented? And what is your job description? These are just some simple questions that I want to know because I want to build an accountability record, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and ask AI some hypotheticals because we can do that right now because the timestamp, like I said, is August 2026, and we have this really cool tool called artificial intelligence, and we can prompt it and we can ask it some questions so we can start a fun game. All right, so let's go ahead and check out this prompt today. Removal from office. Prompt. Agent, act like a researcher and find the information. What is willful or corrupt misconduct in office? Where in the California Legislative Code, Government Code, is this written? These are the two prompts that we asked our AI agent today, okay? And let me show you what my agent said. This one's going to be so much fun. My agent said, California Government Code, subsection 3060, in Title 1, Division 4, Chapter 7, Article 3, removal other than by impeachment. I was like, thank you very much, agent. So now show me how to remove somebody other than by impeachment. It says, it provides the statutory basis for proceedings against certain public officers for willful or corrupt misconduct in office. And I was like, wow, that sounds like it's going to be a fun game. Let's go ahead and see what else it says. It says the full text of subsection 3060 states. Now, this is what my agent is telling me that the legislative code is saying, okay? Check this out. It says, an accusation in writing against any officer of a district, county, or city, including any member of the governing board or personal commission of a school district or any humane officer for willful or corrupt misconduct in office may be presented by the grand jury of the county for or in which the officer accused is elected or appointed. And I was like, that sounds super interesting. So every time my public official or my public agent or my local agent keeps giving my money away to people who don't deserve the money because of the contract that they signed to work for the people, is that a way or a form of willful or misconduct? I wonder if that is, okay? Remember, keep a record. Let's keep it going. The grand jury, also called the people, the grand jury presenting the accusation may also be the additional grand jury impaneled pursuant to Section 904.4 or 904.6 or 904.8 of the Penal Code. All right, this is some very interesting information, agent. Let's keep it going. An accusation may not be presented without the concurrence of at least 12 grand jurors or at least 8 grand jurors in a county in which the required number of members of the grand jury is 11, or at least 14 grand jurors in a county in which the required number of members of the grand jury is 23. That's just process and procedure, but we like it because my agent is showing me that I can do something if my government or if my agent is not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Let's look what else it says. It says related provisions in subsection 3061, TAC 3075 govern the form of the accusation, service, trial, procedures, similar to an indictment and judgment of removal upon conviction. I was like, wow, this sounds like a lot of fun. So I do have a process and procedure that I can go down if I want to remove somebody from office, especially if they keep giving my money away. And I'm not happy that they keep giving my money away. Let's go ahead and see what else my agent said. Misconduct in office. Wow. Okay. So now I put you in a position because you were elected or you were appointed by somebody to do a job. That's why I wanted to know, what's your job description? So now let's go ahead and see what misconduct in office is. Misconduct in office is broad and includes any willful malfeasance, right? Any wrongful act. So if you're not doing what your job description tells you that you're supposed to be doing, even if you tried to be super sneaky and write in another term and write in another condition that tries to supersede what you've been originally created to do, that might be a wrongful act. Malfeasance, improper performance of a lawful act. Oh, I wonder where the law comes from. Does the law come from the Constitution? Yes or no? We're going to figure this one out together. Or nonfeasance, failure to perform a required duty. This is why I'm always sticking. What is your job description, agent? Right? So you just have to let me know and let me see what your job description is. Okay. But it's really cool that we live right now because I can just go ahead and I can hop online and I can just read, this is what my agent's job description is. And I keep wondering, why do they keep giving my money away to undocumented folks? Okay. All right. Let's keep it going. It does not require criminal intent. Repeat, it does not require criminal intent, corruption, or malicious motive in every case. Which means is that if you're just not doing your job description, then that means I can get you for misconduct in office. You got a job description, okay? All right, let's see what willful is. Willful misconduct requires a violation, purposeful or willing, act or omission. Purposeful or willing. So if you violate the law by not doing something or being sneaky and being subtle and giving my money away to something that doesn't deserve it, right? Then that could be willful misconduct. Under Penal Code subsection 7, definitions often applied by courts. Willfully means a purpose or willingness to commit the act or make the omission. It does not, repeat, it does not require intent to violate the law, injure another, or gain an advantage. Oh, it does not require that, okay? So if you're just not doing what the job description says you're supposed to be doing, that could be willful misconduct. Courts have also noted an element of knowledge that the relevant facts exist, right? So this is why documentation is everything. And we love to keep a record. And we love that we have the internet right now because a lot of our public servants like going online right now and they like giving us their words. And we love it so much because we see if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you're a good public servant. If you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, you're a bad public servant, and we're going to get you. All right, let's see what corrupt is. Corrupt misconduct involves a wrongful design to acquire or cause some pecuniary, that means money, right, or other advantage to the person or another. So if you keep giving my money to undocumented entities and they're not part of this political association because somebody was sneaky and somebody was tricky and they wrote in another term and they wrote in another condition in order for you to give that money to a nonprofit organization, and that nonprofit organization now is serving these other entities, somebody broke the law, right? There's some corrupt misconduct going on. There's some willful misconduct going on. And there's just misconduct in office all up and down here in California right now, especially. And we don't like it. And I'm not happy about none of this because my agents keep giving my money away, right? My agents keep giving my money away, and it's getting more expensive for me to do what I need to do out here in the good old state of California. All right, let's go ahead and see what else my agent said. In short, the standard for removal under this statute is lower than for many criminal offenses. Let's repeat that one more time. In short, the standard for removal under this statute is lower than for many criminal offenses. Lower than. Okay. I like the mathematics in that one right there. A deliberate, willful, wrongful act, improper performance, or neglect of official duty can suffice, even without corrupted intent. So if you don't do what your job description says that you're supposed to be doing, then we can get you. Okay? This is how easy it is right now. Oh my gosh, I love the internet, and I love how AI can just bring us back information and we can just read it. Proceedings under quasi-criminal in character, but focused on removal from office rather than criminal punishment. Oh, that just sounds like there's an administrative process that we need to go down whenever we see our public servants not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Okay? And then this is the grand jury process right now. Okay? Note. Look at what my agent's saying. Note. This specific removal mechanism applies to district, county, or city officers. Repeat, this specific mechanism applies to your local public servants, okay? Not your state public servants and certain school board or personnel commission members or humane officers. So if our school board entities aren't even doing what they're supposed to be doing according to their job description, then we can remove them from office too. Thank you very much, Agent. We really like this one. Separate rules. Oh, there's another process and procedure? Okay. Separate rules exist for state officers/judges. Ergo, impeachment under the California Constitution or judicial discipline. And for employees and for employee discipline under the government code provisions, such as subsection 19572 for civil service causes. Also, look at this one. Always consult the current official text on leginfo.legislature.ca.gov and relevant case law for application to a specific situation. Thank you very much, Agent. You know what this tells me? It sounds like we got some work to do.